Hi everyone, my name is Mr. Luis and today we're going to be making an Indian sun catcher. So let's get started. So for our supplies today we're going to need a plate, our yarn, some coloring pencils or markers, some beads, a hole puncher, some scissors, and of course our feathers. So for the first step we're going to cut the center of our plate. The way we're going to do this is by carefully puncturing a small hole on the center of the plate so that we can push our scissors through and start cutting a circle around the center of our plate, just like so. Next, using our hole puncher, we're going to start puncturing an even amount of holes around the inside of the plate. Perfect. Now that we have the center of our plate ready, let's go ahead and start decorating the outer or fluted edge of our paper plate in a consistent pattern all around. Feel free to use any colors, shapes, and designs to make your sun catcher completely unique. Did you know that sun catchers or dream catchers are a Native American decorative object that were believed to protect or ward off bad dreams or negative spirits? Since then, a lot of dream catchers or sun catchers today are used for decorative purposes and are also very popular within the Native American community. Perfect. Now that we've completed our design, it's time to add our yarn. We're going to use about 3 feet of yarn in this example. So the first thing we want to do is take our yarn and push it through one of the holes on our paper plate. Now, after we do that, let's go ahead and do 2 knots. That way, our yarn doesn't go anywhere as we're pulling it through the other holes. Perfect. We can start lacing the yarn through the plate like shown here. You guys can move it through any one of the holes and just create your own unique pattern. Now be careful not to pull the yarn too tight. That may end up ripping one of the holes that we've already created with the hole puncher. Perfect. Now that that's done, let's go ahead and tie it off at the end by doing another double knot. Next, we're going to do 3 hole punches that are close to each other on one side of the plate. Once we do that, we're going to take another hole punch on the opposite side of where those 3 are. Next, we're going to grab 3 pieces of yarn for the final decoration and lace them through the 3 holes on the outside of the plate, just like so. the way I've done it here is I've folded the yarn in half and I've pushed it through one of the holes. Once I do that, I open up the side that isn't already cut and I push my yarn through there to make a small knot. Once you've done that, go ahead and lace your yarn through the other two holes. Awesome, now comes time to add our beads. We can go ahead and use any colors that we would like and as many as you would like to use. For this example, once I have finished putting all of my pony beads through one of the yarn loops, I'm going to go ahead and make a knot. The way I do this is by wrapping the yarn around my thumb and pushing it through the loop that I've created, just like so. To make sure that it's fully secured, I'm going to loop it one more time to make the knot even bigger. That way my pony beads don't slide out. Once you have added beads to your other two yarn strings, it's time to add your feathers. Because of the feathers that I'm using, I had to cut them a little bit just so they weren't too long. But go ahead and add your feathers in between the yarn and the pony beads to keep them in place. Awesome! Now, for our very last step, we're going to take one last piece of yarn, fold it in half, and then push it through the top hole that we have created. This is where our sun catcher is going to be hanging from. So we're going to push it through, open up the side of the yarn that isn't cut, and then loop the rest of our yarn through there. And voila, there you have it guys, a super unique and fun sun catcher that you can use as decoration anywhere in your home. Today, we learned a little bit about Native American culture and some of the important decorative pieces that they use in their community today. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll see you again next time for another activity. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.